Happy Thursday to all of you. Today, we are going to watch a wine tasting. And every Thursday we've been doing this. Today's wine tasting is Turnbull with Peter Heitz. And his videos are good. Peter's great. We love his wines. He makes wines not only for Turnbull, but he also has his own winery, Shy Poke. And then he is also making wines for another neighbor of his, and that's 2880 Wines. And we enjoy them so much. So today, what I decided to do was to make some appetizers, and we're gonna go sit out on the patio and watch the TV out there and enjoy what he is doing. And so I'm gonna do something really, really easy here. And what I've done is started off, I'm gonna make a bruschetta. And that's how our friend Franco in Italy says it. And what it is, it's toasted, it's gonna be toasted bread rounds, or ovals, that we put in the oven, and we did toast, and with a little bit of olive oil. And then we're gonna have this topping. This is so fresh. We love it. I've been making it probably now for about 25 years. And we started making it even when we were in Indonesia, and we grew our herbs out in the back of the house, or up really on the top deck. So today, I'm using the ingredients that I have. Now, I did not have any Kalamata olives, I can't talk, and all I had were the black olives. Of course, you want to use good quality, but when you don't have it, you can substitute. Now, sometimes, you know, depending on what you like, you know, you can put capers in here, you can change up the herbs, you can put a little bit of rosemary, but today we're going to start off with tomatoes. And I diced up, and it was relatively large dice, and what I like to do with this is make sure they're pretty consistent in size. You don't want to have a big chunk and a little small chunk. So I've got 4 ripe Roma tomatoes, and they're going in there. My tomatoes haven't started producing yet, but I was very lucky to be able to go to the grocery store very early morning for seniors with my mask on and my gloves, and I got some nice tomatoes. Now, my garden is just going crazy, and I have several places. What I do is each year I try a different spot to see where the basil is going to grow. The basil is growing perfectly out in the middle of the yard. My neighbor gave me a fig tree, and I set up a bed around the fig tree, and I've got tarragon. In fact, you can probably see my tarragon. I've got this tarragon drying. I'm going to make some tarragon vinegar later on this week with it. But right now, I wanted to show you the basil. Basil's so easy to grow. I find that the bed out in the middle of the yard gets more sun. So what I did is take a whole bunch of the fresh basil, and I did a chiffonade on it. Chiffonade is where you take the leaves and you roll them up together like this, and then you make slices. But after I did the chiffonade, I chopped it because I wanted a little bit smaller pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that and put that right in there. Now I've got, you know my penchant about garlic. I have about 3/4 of a tablespoon of garlic. I love it. You can leave it out. I prefer it because it just is great. And garlic's good for you too. It's an anti-inflammatory. I'm gonna go ahead and chop up my, really I'm gonna make ring slices. And I'm gonna do that. Now let me talk to you about what I put in it to make the liquid. I like a nice olive oil, and really the olive oil I want to use is more of a finishing olive oil. So I've got a BR Cone that I'm going to use today. BR Cone makes some nice little boutique olive oils. Also, one of my other ones that I love, well, I love a couple of them. Ragusi makes a great olive oil, and Round Pond makes a great olive oil. Tomorrow, Round Pond is going to be doing a tasting, and in fact, not only do they do a tasting, but they do a cooking class. So I'm gonna jump on there. You can always learn. I watch YouTube videos of everybody else because I learn so much from other people. So I've got these, I'm almost done with it. So back to the olive oil, we're gonna use a BR Cone unfiltered. BR Cone is also in Napa Valley, and we have some wonderful wines that we get from there too. Great place. It was owned by the guy that was the manager for the Doobie Brothers, and we love to go and visit. So we went twice last year. I went with Carly, and then Mark and I went, and it's always fun to go. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that in there. So I'm gonna show you this bowl full of goodness here in a second. And you know, you don't have to worry so much about the measurements on these. You do what you like, eyeball it. So you see I've got the 4 tomatoes, I've got about a half a cup of the olives, I've got all that basil in there, I've got the garlic. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt, and then I'm gonna add some fresh black pepper. We'll put that in there. I'll move this out of the way. We're going to use not only the the olive oil, but we're going to use balsamic vinegar. Now let me tell you a little bit about my balsamic vinegars. This one came directly from Italy, and we got it during one of the times, and I don't know if you can see the thickness. The thicker the the balsamic vinegar, the longer it's been aged. Now there's some other stuff. There's like a balsamic type of dressing and everything, a little bit different. There's additives in this. This is an aged balsamic vinegar, and it is lovely. You can get it even thicker than this at some of the specialty stores. This is the Sur La Table brand, and surprisingly enough, it really is good. It's got a nice thickness. I don't know if you can see it, but this is going to be perfect for what I'm going to use here. Now, I'm going to do a mixture of them. I like a little thickness in this, so we're going to hit this right here so you can see the thickness. A few hits of that. A pour of this. Watch the thickness. Oh, yeah. That's really nice. I've got one that I'm savoring. It's in the pantry, and I'm going to use that, you know, for something special. I do love balsamic vinegar on steaks. Oh my God. So we'll grill a steak, and I'll use a little bit of balsamic vinegar. See the difference on that one? That's very liquid, but it's good. It's called Carly balsamic vinegar of Modena. And we are going to take our BR Cone, and we are going to pour that in liberally. Now, this is all there is to this recipe. As I said, you can add capers. You can do some rosemary. You can change it up, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to cover this in a few minutes, and I'm going to chill it. There we go. So this is what it's going to look like. Oh, that's beautiful. Gorgeous colors. You know, you can use the heirloom tomatoes or the multicolored tomatoes. That would be beautiful. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. I am going to put a little bit of this on my hand so I can taste it. I think it needs a little bit more salt. Let me wash my hands. So I'm going to put a little bit more salt on it. But tonight when I serve it on the patio, I will take a toasted round. These haven't been done yet, but I'll take a toasted round. I'll put this mixture, I'll serve the mixture on there, and then I'll have that. It is so fresh and delicious. I hope you try it, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care, stay well, stay safe. Till we meet each other again. Bye.